This is the Uprising Revival. Welcome to today's show. You got to see this article to believe it. I've seen many articles written over the years, but at this point, seeing an article like this in the USA Today is just mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing that they're even writing an article about this and having to fact-check it. And again, anytime you see fact-checking done, always believe the opposite, because every single thing that they tell us is a lie. Well, guess what they were fact-checking? They were fact-checking Cern in USA Today. USA Today is probably the most popular newspaper publication in America. It's one of them, at least. I remember in the day, when you go stay at a hotel, every hotel you'd stay at, you woke up, there'd be a USA Today propaganda piece sitting on right outside the door. And now this is the type of stuff USA Today is covering. Fact check. Scientists at Cern are not opening a portal to hell. I kid you not. This is an article that they're writing, and they're fact checking it. Well, for starters, can you actually fact check that? I mean, you're fact checking it. Are you there? Are you seeing what they're doing with tearing through the veil, with what they're doing with their Super Hadron Collider? Or should we just, before I get into the article, should we maybe rehash some of the reasons why many people believe that is what they're doing? Now, for starters, the whole purpose of what CERN's doing makes zero sense. It's something that doesn't need to be done, and the consequences of what they tell us could happen outweigh the benefits. Like tearing a black hole into the universe. Yeah, I don't think we need to do that. But they tell us that we should give it a shot. We should try it because it sounds like a good idea. All right. And then, of course, we have all the predictive programming with all of these popular shows like Stranger Things that show us ripping through the veil. They even have the Hadron Collider in Stranger Things, which I've covered in the past. But, we're all suspicious of CERN for many reasons. I mean, we don't even need to get into the Shiva, the Kali demonic thing outside the headquarters there, which is there for a reason. Of course, that's about the destroyer of universes. That's just sitting outside of their building. That has no significance at all, because we're not supposed to look at stuff like that and think there's any significance. We're supposed to just look at it and go, oh, right? Like a bunch of zombies would do. But let's look at some of the other things before I get into this article real quick, which should and could make people suspicious of what's going on at CERN. Should we start with the time that CERN held that mock satanic ritual? Huh? Remember that? Or, they had their mock satanic ritual. That's not bizarre or anything like that they would just do that to troll people. Then, of course, we had the Gothard Tunnel ritual. Remember that bizarre ritual that they did, with the bath and all the other creepy crap going on? Yeah, this is normal for a company that's just trying to show us science. all normal behavior, ladies and gentlemen. And then, on top of all those things, we have the commercial for CERN, where they literally show us a gigantic ritual circle and bringing over what's on the other side. But again, we're all conspiracy theorists. So they've gotten to the point where they have such a nerve that they show us all this stuff. And the fact that we even, this isn't something that's pulled out of a hat. We're not just like making this up and we're like, look, it's CERN, it's this big machine. They must be opening the portals of hell. Well, everything, if you look and research CERN, would tell you that they're trying to tear through the veil and bring over what's on the other side and break through. Now, other people are like, well, they're trying to discover the God particle and all these other things. Okay, well, none of this stuff is needed nor necessary. And all one would have to do, if they completely didn't understand what CERN was doing, and they just said, hey, this is above my pay grade, I don't really know what they're doing. Okay, well, how about all the clips that I just showed you? Does that all look like stuff that, your local scientists would be doing? Right? Like, is your local doctor or your local, okay, let's say that, but let's say your local university, the nearest college, where they have a science department, they're doing stuff in a chemistry lab. Are you going there and they're all dressed in black cloaks performing mock satanic rituals? Are they doing things like the Gotthard Tunnel thing, which wasn't like something that they winged? It was deeply choreographed. I mean, okay. And then you have USA Today feeling the need to write an article like this. That's the scariest part, that they actually need to do this. I keep saying about these demons and having no self-awareness. The fact that they're deflecting off of all these topics we discuss, it shows you that they're panicking. And the fact that this even would work on somebody is frightening, instead of somebody going, wait a minute, what? I'm in the USA Today right now. I'm reading the USA Today. I'm flipping through about the economy, blah, blah, blah. Fact check, scientists at CERN are not opening a portal to hell. Wait, what? Huh? But they keep bringing attention to these things. So let's look at the article here. In April, scientists at the European Organization for Nuclear Research, or CERN, restarted their particle accelerator, the world's largest and most powerful accelerator, after a 3-year hiatus. The accelerator, the Large Hadron Collider, had undergone repairs and upgrades, and scientists plan to use it to crash protons together and learn more about the origins of the universe. Sounds really unnecessary. What are the benefits, by the way, right? Is anyone even looking at this and going like, okay, well, what if we do learn, like if this wasn't what we all say it is? I mean, what is the benefit of this? Why is all this money going into this when they constantly are telling us that people are starving, the third world countries? This is necessary, right? Huh? Absolutely not. But again, we know why they're doing it and what they're doing. So it says, nevertheless, social media users are suggesting that the machine has a different purpose. A Facebook post shared July 5th shows a TikTok video of a woman who claims that CERN scientists are using the machine to open a doorway for demons. It says, quote, if y'all don't know about CERN, it's a demonic evil machine that opens up portals to other dimensions, hell, other spiritual worlds, not heaven, and it brings in demons, wicked spirits, high evil principalities, reads the caption on the post. Similar posts have amassed hundreds of interactions on Facebook and Twitter, and I guess this is really why they're bringing attention to it, because when they put this predictive programming out like they do with Stranger Things, I mean, everybody, I'd say at least 50% of the population probably has seen Stranger Things or is aware of what it's about. So they're bringing attention to these things. And they literally, instead of going, hey, maybe in Stranger Things, we're opening up, we're tearing through the veil, but maybe we shouldn't have something that looks exactly like the Hadron Collider. I mean, it is the Hadron Collider. It's identical to it. But, right? I mean, so maybe they're just like, hey, okay, way too many people have seen this, and then they've found some conspiracy videos like mine, which aren't really conspiracies, they're actually factual videos, and many others out there that have covered this over the years. I mean, CERN's not a new thing. We've all been talking about it for at least 10 years, or however long I've been here, that many before me have talked about it. We've all been aware of what they're doing. The stuff with the satanic ritual, the mock ritual, was like right when I started my YouTube channel, maybe six or seven. Oh, right, I'm brand new to YouTube. I forgot, but maybe like a good 6 or 7 ago. And they came out and did that when people started, like it was becoming a hot topic to discuss, because at that time, I think it was one of the times they had turned it on, and there was some weird stuff going on. So, of course, the employees there would all just they have no boss or management that would say, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this because it'll go viral. Maybe, we don't want to bring attention to ourselves, but they did, right? Like they always do. And it's really unbelievable. So they say similar posts have amassed hundreds of interactions on social media, but the claim is baseless. There's no evidence scientists at Cern are engaged in anything other than science-related activities. Oh, there's no evidence. Well, I'm sorry. Did you expect the article? They're fact-checking. So wouldn't they need evidence? Oh, so the fact-checking is that there's no evidence, because they were gonna uncover and reveal to us evidence that they were trying to open a portal to hell, right? Didn't you expect the article? They're fact-checking. So didn't you expect them to go there and say, hey, let's see, are they really going to open a portal to hell? And then they're really going to tell us, of course, if they were, right? Like, what if the article was the flip, and they were just the flip of what it says, and it's like, fact-check, they are opening a portal to hell. Would the zombies even wake up then? Or would they just be like, oh, they're opening the portal to hell. Oh, I gotta go back and play Pokemon Go and get into the next level. I mean, like, do we expect USA Today to tell us that they're opening the portal to hell? But thankfully, they fact-checked it for us. So I don't know what level of fact-checking it is, other than the fact that these people they pretend not to believe in heaven and hell, the scientists, right? They all believe in the Big Bang. Yeah, I guarantee you every single person there believes in God and the devil, and they know exactly what's going on. But to convince the stupid masses out there that God isn't real, they have to play along and be like, we're scientists, we're smart, we believe in the Big Bang. Right? And then the zombies just believe, even though clearly what these people are trying to do is all biblical. So there's no evidence, according to this article, that CERN is engaged in anything other than science-related activity. So that's good. Just ignore the clips that I showed you with the mock satanic ritual, the Gothard tunnel opening with CERN, and the commercial, of course, which has, bringing things over from the other side. Those are all moot points, right? We could just ignore those. I mean, their commercials aren't just like, hi, we're CERN. We're trying to, do this because we want to figure out how the Big Bang happened. We appreciate the support. Thanks, everyone. No. The commercials are just completely demonic. They show you witchcraft. They show you bringing things over from the other side, but we're supposed to ignore that, apparently. The fact that they do an open mock ritual, we're supposed to just ignore it. It's just good old trolling. Oh, in the Gothard Tunnel, how many thousands of hours went into choreographing that? Because that's how rituals work. Oh, right, we're supposed to ignore that too. And then, of course, we'll just ignore the commercial. Yes, gotcha. We're all just pulling this out of our hats here. Oh, man. So there's no evidence in that. Physics experts told USA Today scientists use the Large Hadron Collider to collide particles at very high energies. Oh, they needed to call physics to find that out? They could have did they even research before they even did this article? Probably not. There is no truth to the claim that scientists at CERN are communicating with demonic entities and using the collider to open up a portal to hell. According to Dejin Stachevach, a physicist professor at the University of Buffalo. Where do they pull these? Like, we're going to do a story about CERN and opening the portals to hell. Okay, we need to find a scientist. Anyone check the University of Buffalo? And somebody's just waiting, and they're like, no, there's nothing to do with hell there. I mean, what? And people read this stuff, they're just like, oh, a professor from the University of Buffalo. They didn't even think of how they found the person. Is the person even real? Might as well call him John Doe. It said to create a black hole or a wormhole, even microscopic ones, with our current technology, in the context of our standard theories of gravity, we need an accelerator as big as the whole universe. So there's no chance whatsoever to create such a portal at the Large Hadron. So are they explaining to us how they would rip open and open the gates of hell? I mean, am I reading this correctly? That they're even debating it as far as well, if we were to do that, we would need a bigger Hadron Collider. And people still, do they not? It's amazing to me that people don't see how pathetic of an attempt to deflect off of what they're doing. I'm not saying they're opening the portal to hell, but we know what they're trying to do by ripping through the veil. So you can look at it from one way or the other. You can word it however you want. But what they're not doing is trying to blow protons. Well, they're trying to blow, that's for sure, and they all do. So all the employees there. But they're trying to smash all these things together and just go, oh, let's see what happens. This isn't dangerous or anything. And people are just like, that's science. Yeah. You know what real science is? Men have penises, girls have vaginas. That's the only science I know. So the collider uses a strong magnetic field to accelerate charged particles or protons. We all know this stuff. So they said since there are previously unexplained energies in a controlled environment, we might expect the production of some new elementary particles that we did not know if they existed in the past. However, these are microscopic particles, so there's no chance a portal would open. I mean, we're getting real definitive answers. Wouldn't you just assume that they would just be like portal to hell? What? These people are, no, I'm not even addressing it. It's so crazy. Now they're actually addressing these things and giving us scientific answers behind it, right? Like, think about it. We're all taught in school about the Big Bang and all this garbage, these lies, right? We're all told that Christians are just, they believe in fantasy land, right? So wouldn't CERN just dismiss this automatically and just be like, what? We're not even going to address that. It's such a stupid question. But instead they're coming out with scientific answers. Well, the Hadron Collider is not big enough to blow open the gates of hell. What? Is anyone reading this? Is anyone listening? Then they go on to give you more specific answers. A particle creation machine, what was the last line? However, these are microscopic particles, so there's no chance such a portal would open. Does a portal like that exist? Are you admitting to that? Because it sounds like you are. You're admitting to heaven and hell, but you're researching for the Big Bang Theory. That makes perfect sense. Which one do you believe? I mean, people just see this stuff, and all it does is it plants a seed in their head. So they see this sensationalized headline, no, CERN's not opening a portal. Then whenever they see anything about CERN, that's going to pop up in their head because it's planted in their subconscious mind. They're going to be like, oh, here's this guy who's talking about CERN. Oh, right, I remember this. Yeah, I remember hearing about this in USA Today. This is false, without even researching it or understanding what they're doing. I mean, this is the world we're living in now, folks, where we have articles out there having to defend CERN opening a portal to hell. Do you think they're deflecting it all? Boy, welcome to 2022. Everything apparently is on the table because they're talking about and shining light on everything and deflecting off of it because I guess they're scared. Or is it universal law in play? I'm not sure. But again, you saw the other stuff that would make one person. So somebody saw that article and they were just like, oh yeah, that sounds crazy. And hopefully a video like this would help them at least like start to open their eyes because they could be like, oh yeah, I did see that thing in Stranger Things. And then you could just see the flat out satanic rituals that are done. I mean, literally there's a mock sacrifice ritual where they pretend to kill somebody out in the courtyard at CERN. I mean, because that's normal behavior. We see employees for these, real businesses, they do that, like CEOs and stuff. But I mean, that's real normal. And then, of course, the tunnel, and then, of course, the commercial. I mean, and there's plenty of other stuff that they've done. So, what can you say? USA Today, no, CERN's not opening a portal to hell. Thank you for fact-checking that. Now we know it is true. Appreciate it. Thank everyone for being here. Hope you're doing well. God bless all of you and your families.